So after over 3 years of use and 175 trips, it's time to make some upgrades to my Hobie PA12. So I'm going to start off with a deluxe mounting board kit to replace these with boards that have slots for pliers and different types of mounts. I'm going to add the BerleyPro Bumper Bro, which is a bow keel guard to help with abrasion. And I'm going to add the BerleyPro side pockets. It'll hold baits, pliers, fish grips, you name it. This will hold it all. Okay, I'm going to start off with the deluxe mounting board kit, and the things I'm going to need are some Phillips head screwdrivers, a small one and a large one, a pair of pliers, and then you'll need a drill with a proper size bit for a number 10 screw. And we'll start off just by removing the screws in these pieces here. So this one goes into a threaded brass insert. Take these two out right here. And I'll move this handle to the side a little and get this one in the back. So it's that easy to take the old one off. And you just take your new mounting board and it slides right under here. We'll position it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some never sees on all these threaded holes just to make sure that I don't have any frozen bolts in the future. So your mounting kit comes with all the hardware you need. 16 screws for the mounting boards, little plastic plugs to plug off the previous holes that are not used with these new ones, and a couple big machine screws for the plates themselves. So the first thing I'll do is I'll put a little bit of never sees on the screws, and on these bow pieces I'm going to reuse the factory ones. It doesn't take much never sees. That's just to prevent your threads from ever galling or freezing when they eventually build up with salt, which they will do. And I'm not going to tighten them all the way. I just want to leave them loose for now. And I'll do the same thing with my screw right here. I'll line it all up. Just snug it down. Once I get it all lined up, I'll go ahead and tighten them down all the way. And with that never sees, I should never have a problem with them being locked in there. Should always be able to get them out. So then once I got that done, I can take and drill my little holes for my other screws, and I want to make sure I'm nice and centered in each one of these. And then I'll just take and put a couple of these in at a time and fasten this all down tight. First holes I've drilled in my boat. I hate to do it, but for something good. And then just for a little detail, I'll turn all these screws to where the Phillips points are lined up bow to stern. Just a little thing to make it look pretty. So all my cross points are lined up bow to stern. Now I got all this area for camera mounting, rod holder mounting, all kind of stuff. Drop fish pliers, fish grips, whatever you want into these other compartments. The only other thing to finish it off is they give you a little plastic plug for this brass insert back here. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put a big glob of never sees on it, because that'll eventually fill up with all kind of salt and stuff. And I'm going to pop that plug in. Now the only thing to do is just repeat on the port side of the boat. So it's that simple, the Hobie Deluxe mounting board kits. And you don't have to line all your screws up bow to stern or side to side or whatever. It's just a little nice detail, makes it look factory, makes it look original. Now let's do the side pockets. These Hobie side pockets are nice. I'm not going to knock them. I've used them a long time here. Take the B side, mount it on this side, put your plier holders and everything facing forward. I'm going to go ahead and open up the BerleyPro B side. Right side pocket, BerleyPro B. So if you look, its holes are pre-drilled exactly the same as the Pro Angler side pocket. Nice. And it comes with its own little bag of hardware and parts. So for its hardware, the screws are a little bit longer. Then it comes with a little mount. So let's see what exactly this all is. I'm going to go ahead and use their screws. One more to get started. I'll go ahead and tighten them down. So that's the BerleyPro tightened in. You see fish grips will fit right in there. Oh, that's nice. And also, depending on what model you use, pliers will fit right in there. Oh man, I'm liking that already. And then you can put little packs of soft baits in here. So this spacer right here comes with the kit. And they say just pop it in there like that. If you want, you can run a screw through it, but that puts tension on the fish grips. Oh, I like that. Yeah, see, now the fish grips won't come out. Then I got holes drilled all in it. You can put this little bit of shock cord through to tie and secure your fish grips. I'll do that in a moment. All right, so for the size fish grips I use, that spacer is perfect. So with it in there, I'm gonna drill a little hole. And I'm gonna go ahead and put a screw in to firmly secure it into place. That way I don't ever have to worry about it popping out on me. Fish grip mount in there, and look how nice that fits. Boy, that fits good and tight. These pliers are a little big, but I could probably find a different set. They fit tight too. That's nice. I took the little piece of bungee they gave me and I tied a loop this side that I can just go right over both ends of the fish grips and the pliers. They can never bounce out going down the road. So boy, you talk about a nice setup. BerleyPro, and I can still put packs of soft baits in here and hang wet lures on there. Boy, I really like this. So the adhesive recommended for this BerleyPro Bumper Bro is marine goop. And the instructions on the marine goop say you need it to be between 50 to 90 degrees Fahrenheit for the application for full cure. So the first thing I'm going to do with this Bumper Bro is I'm going to sand the inside a little bit just to scuff it up. Nice slick molding process out of the mold. I want to make sure it's got a little bit of tooth to bite. This is only some 180 grit, so nothing super coarse, just breaking that factory glaze in there. On the bow of the kayak, I'll sand it a little bit just to clean the mess up on it. But it won't be a problem after all these years. So I'm going to do a little pencil outline just to see where I might want to tape. Now this Bumper Bro fits really good on the kayak, but you want to make sure that this end that'll drag backwards and catch is the best, flushest fitting piece. And then on the bow, I can fill that in with the marine goop. So all in all, right out the box, beautiful fitment. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sand to this line, and then I'm also going to tape it, and then that'll give me a line to be able to rub on to get a good edge. So like I said, adhesion ain't no problem on this kayak. It's it's already seen quite a few battle scars on the bow. So once I've sanded lightly, I'm going to wipe down the inside of the Bumper Bro and the bow of the kayak with some denatured rubbing alcohol. That'll get any sanding residue out. Plus it'll evaporate really quick. So I'll give this all a minute to evaporate off. You can see it's lightly textured in there now. Okay, so I've roughly taped the outline of this to where after I get it on there, I can run my finger and get a nice bead on it. So the instructions on the marine goop say to coat both pieces thoroughly with it and then let it dry 2 minutes. You want to make sure you got excess that'll squeeze out too. The outside and the inside thoroughly. Alrighty, our 2 minutes is up. We'll go ahead and apply the Bumper Bro. I want the excess to squeeze out. I'm going to take my finger and try to smooth it into a nice bead all the way around. Okay, on the internet I see everybody ratchet and strap it around lengthways. The vendor I bought the Bumper Bro from recommended going forward to aft with it. Make sure I'm centered on it. And then put as much tension as I can on it. So it looks like I got a good lockdown on it, and I'm going to take my finger and just try to make a bead with this excess that's squeezed out. And after I take the ratchet strap off, I'll do the very bow tip of it. So I put another little piece of wood on here to get a little tension on that end. So the only thing to do now is to just let it cure 24 to 48 hours, and then we'll see how it looks. So I let this cure overnight, 24 hours. You can see where it squeezed out the excess on both sides with tension. I'm going to undo the strap and trim it all off to how I want it, and then I'm going to put the strap back on for another day to cure totally. Okay, you can see with the strap off, I'm going to take a razor knife and trim right down to the tape I got on there. Remove this excess. So I got the edge all cleaned up nice, and I'm gonna go ahead and ratchet strap it down for another 24 hours. Make sure I get a real good cure. Then I'll come back and just wipe a little bead on the very bow right there. Okay, one final step. I got the BerleyPro Bumper Bro and the kayak tape with about an 1/8 inch gap to 3/16 all the way around. I'm gonna take my marine goop and make one nice final bead all the way around it. I'll take my tube of goop and I'll just make a little bead. So now I'll just take my finger and smooth this right out. So I left a little flag on the end of the tape so I can just peel the tape right off. Beautiful. And that pretty much leaves a perfect little edge bead I was looking for all the way around. So I had let this cure 2 days with the strap on. Now I got the final bead around it. I'll let this cure overnight, and it's time to use the kayak.